This is the Wells Cathedral. It's kind of the highlight of England's first completely Gothic cathedral that was dating from about 1200. Now, locals claim that this church has the largest collection of medieval statuary north of the Alps. It certainly has one of the widest and most elaborate facades that I've ever seen, and a unique figure-eighted scissor architects that are unforgettable. When you first glance down this nave, you're immediately struck by the general sense of light and of the unique scissors or hourglass-shaped double arches that were added in 1338 to transfer the weight from the south, where the foundations were sinking under the tower's weight, to the east, where they were more firm. Now, under Henry VIII and the Reformation, the interior was opulently painted in golds and reds and greens, and then later they whitewashed it. Then in the 1840s, the church experienced the Victorian Great Scrape as locals peeled away moldy whitewash off and revealed the bare stone we see today. The floral ceiling paintings, tilt up here so you can see that. The floral ceiling paintings is based on the original medieval design. A single pattern was discovered under the 17th century whitewash and is repeated throughout. Now, small ornate 15th century pavilion-like chapels flank the altar, and they are laced with lacy Gothic for church VIPs. We can see here on the right that the pulpit features a post-Reformation, about 1540 English-style script rather than the standard Latin. We can see where the stonemason ran out of space as he was carving out the inscription. He actually runs out of space back in here. Since this was not a monastery church, the Reformation didn't destroy it, as they did at the Glastonbury Abbey Church, and they didn't. We saw it in Bath also. They didn't take the roof off of it. Now, this medieval clock does a silly but much-loved joust on the quarter hour, and I don't think we're going to get to watch the show tonight, but if we did, we could notice how the clockwork, like the same rider, gets clobbered, as he has done for hundreds of years. Now, the clock's face, which depicts the Earth at the center of the universe, dates from the 1390s, and the outer ring shows the hours, the middle ring shows the minutes, and the inner ring shows the dates of the month and phases of the moon. Above and to the right of the clock is Jake Landiver, a chap. See him up here? There he is. A chap carved out of wood in the 14th century. And beneath the clock, the fine crucifix from 1947 was carved out of a yew tree. Now, when we walk around the cathedral, we'll see on the floor in many places these black tombstones, and many of them are set in the floor and they have decorative recesses that aren't filled in with brass as they once were. Now, after the Reformation in the 1530s, the church was short on cash, and so they sold the brass lettering to raise money for roof repairs. Wow. We have our old Saxon font survives from the previous church from about the year 705 and has been the site of Wells baptisms for more than 1,000 years. Our Normans added the carved arches in the 12th century, and the cover is from the 17th century. In the far end of this area In the shades of the fancy chapels, a little of the original green and red wall painting can still be seen. Do you have an umbrella? Do you have my umbrella? Okay. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Catholic. Does it? Where? Oh, it may be the Church of England. Go back. We'll go out of the front, but we gotta go up and around. Huh. Look at that. There's the train. They can go up the fancy steps back through there and go over to the rectory. This is where this is a spool across the street.